Hey everyone, welcome back. So yesterday we learned about for loops and today we are going to cover the concept of nested loop, right? So what is the use case of nested loop and when are we supposed to use nested loop? Let's say you have a list and you have number of elements, okay, and you want to print them one below the other. So at that particular time, printing all the elements one by one would be a hectic term, right? At that particular time, you are supposed to make use of nested loop, right? In terms of array, you are supposed to make use of nested loop. Let us see that in action. Let me switch to Visual Studio Code and let me create a new file and I'll name it as nested loop.py. Okay. So let's say I'm creating a new file name as number and here I'm going to, this is a list and here I'm storing the values such as 1, 2, 3. Second would be, second item would be 4, 5, 6. Okay. Is separated by a comma, 7, 8, 9. And the last would be 0, 1, 2. Okay. Okay, let me just put this into a square bracket. Control Z. Okay, so this is the list which we have created. Now, what if I want to print a specific element from this particular list? So I'll just type print, and I type number. Now, what will happen when I execute this particular statement? It will print the entire list as it is, as you can see over here, right? Now, what if I want to target 5 over here and print it over the console? So our structure would be something like this. So it would be something like this. So what is the indexing value? We already know that indexing in Python starts with 0. So this entire list will be counting as 0. This would be 1. So here I'll write 1. And what is the element that we are targeting to? It is from the first one and it would be 0 and 1. So 1, 1. When I execute this program, you can see 5 is printed over here. Now let us print another element. Okay, let us target 1 over here. Okay, what is the index value of this particular thing? So 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. So here I would write 3 and here I am targeting to 1. So the index value of 1 is 0 and 1. So here we have printed 1. Let us execute this program and as you can see 1 is printed over here. Now, what if I say that, hey, you have to print all the elements individually, one by one below the other? How it can be done? You just need to write this particular statement multiple times. And in order to avoid that, we make use of nested loop. How we can do it? Let's see. So we previously learned in order to traverse to a particular list, what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to make use of for loop. Okay. So for I in number, okay, this is a statement that we are using. So what it will do, it will go to number and will traverse the individual items one by one. Now, what if I want to see, I just want to go besides the item and just want to sort it one by one, the elements which are stored there, right? So I will execute this particular statement once again. So for j in I, and then we are going to print the ith value, the jth value, sorry. So let us see how it is working. See, basically, when I mention for I in number, it is going to traverse something like this, 1, 2. It is going to consider this thing as an individual element. And when I say that I want to target those individual elements and I want to see the subparts of it. So for that, I am going to make use of J. So when I is traversing through this one, we are targeting by J to the sub elements. And those will be printed over the console. And now when I execute the program, you can see that all the elements are printed over here. Now, what if I do something like this? What if I comment this thing out? And what if I print I over here? You will see that all the lists are printed over here. And now in order to target all of them, I'll make use of print J. And when I uncomment this particular stuff, you will see that all the individual elements of this particular list are going to print over the console. See, first the list and then the element. List element, list element. So this is the zeroth index element. This is the first element, this second, third, fourth, and so on. See, hope you got it. All right. So this was all about the use case of nested loop, how you can use it to print it over the console, and we just made 4 lines of code. Technically speaking, 3 lines of code, and all the work is been done. All right. Hope you got today's lesson, and we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you.